guys? Mr. Freecoiner coming back to you again today. Hope everybody's doing well. Before I go too far on the financial side that I'm going to speak about today, I'm going to be speaking financial and health, okay, and some things that I've been dealing with and just seeing. Just want to share it with you guys. So, like I said, or rather, like I always say, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions here, so please only take it as that. And also, neither am I a doctor or a licensed physician or any of that. So I'm, like I said, just sharing my experiences and what I'm seeing these days. All right. So to get started, we know that everybody knows by now that XRP has been listed on Coinbase. And as I said the other day, I believe it was a matter of, okay, Coinbase, you can go ahead and now list it. I wasn't personally expecting a huge price spike, but I think it's in preparation for what is coming. Just my most logical thought here. There's a lot happening in the background. So guys, all we can do is kind of sit back and just watch. The prices have been really nice. I think we've seen a couple little dips, and I gotta be honest with you, I've been buying as much as I can. So I personally believe we're on a path to a bull run, but again, that's just my opinion from what I'm seeing. Okay, so let me move on. You know what? Actually, before I go too far here, we're looking at XRP being at 32 cents right now. Like I said, the other day, a couple days ago, it was at like 30. I think it was at 30 cents yesterday and the day before. So we look at the charts, the XRP charts. The volume has kind of calmed down a little bit. I saw an article saying that there was over 1 billion moved recently. Actually, I'm going to go over that as well. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the background, guys. And just keep it up, keep up your focus and keep up your positivity in the market, because it is going to happen. We just have to be patient. All right, so again, XRP is now live and trading on Coinbase's consumer app. All right, so this is great. Actually, what's funny is I was locked out of being able to buy on Coinbase because of a little situation that I had. Because of how they actually apply the pull from your account, I had to end up canceling a buy once, and well, actually, I had to go through my bank, but it basically stopped me from being able to buy on Coinbase. But they just yesterday reinstated it. Now, I do have to say I've bought thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency on Coinbase. I mean, literally thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on there. So I would assume them looking at that, they probably were like, you know what, we want to keep him. So that's likely the reason why they reinstated it. But I'm saying all that to say, if you, for whatever reason, are locked out or anything like that, you know what, just contact them, contact support, and they'll get it up and get it evaluated, and hopefully get you back rolling. Not that it really matters. I mean, I use Uphold as well. So whatever floats your boat, just do it. I mean, I feel like it's really pointless to be mad at Coinbase for what? I mean, as I've said before, what we see in these articles and just the stuff that kind of floats around means nothing. It absolutely means nothing. We don't know what's going on in the background. Personally, the way things were happening, the picture that was painted for me was that in the background, Coinbase was being told they cannot list it yet. There are bigger powers at play. So, just always keep a level head, guys. Just, and don't get caught up in all the hype and all the crap that goes on. People don't know anything. I saw a tweet where Galgatron was, saying some things, and he was just totally wrong. Not disparaging that guy, but it just goes to show that nobody knows anything. We don't know anything on this side. What happens in the background is in the background, and it will be produced, or rather presented in time. So moving on. All right, Ripple's XRP price analysis. XRP USD bulls must break 35 cents. Yeah, whatever. This is cool. I mean, yeah, will the price go up? I mean, almost certainly it will, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really, as you guys know, get too much into the whole technical side of it. Right now, I don't believe it's really that relevant as it relates to cryptocurrency, because it's such a new market, and there's so much volatility involved. All right, so moving on. Ripple senior executive denies paying Coinbase for XRP listing. This was just more FUD, and we're going to see more FUD. Just really makes no sense for these people to constantly spout these ridiculous statements. It makes no sense. I mean, and then Ripple even said that, look, Coinbase listed them under their own volition. Now, as I've said, Coinbase makes that decision. All right. And that decision is based on what they can or cannot do. All right. There are big people in the background that are making these shots, or making these calls. So, don't get it twisted, guys. Don't get it twisted. We're talking about billions, if not trillions of dollars. Okay. Do you think that those decisions are just being left up to the whims of any company? Coinbase is one of the first movers as far as exchanges and all that. Look, guys, just understand. Don't be lulled into the bull crap. All right. There are people in the background that are making these decisions. Period. All right. So moving on, XRP. Ripple moves 1 billion XRP worth. Okay. Ripple moves 1 billion XRP worth 317 million. Includes new mystery message to crypto whale watchers. All right. So you see here this, right here, memo. The revolution will be televised. This kind of goes to, I think, the Jungle that always says this. I mean, guys, I'm very, I don't want to say proud, but I'm very glad that the people that are in the XRP community, I'm glad they're there. I think a lot of people who are making content and constantly updating and all that, these guys, we all spend our time doing this for you guys, for ourselves even, and I enjoy it. Sometimes, like I said, I don't always get a chance to do it, but when I do, just seeing the comments, all of that, it's very enjoyable to see that people appreciate it, and that those conversations can get started. So as you can see here, 1 billion XRP move, not the first time it's happened, but it has happened again. So this is just good stuff. Good stuff. Now, to the other part, okay, the health side. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. Before I get started, I do want to pull something up. Okay, here we go. So now, don't get me wrong. To each his own. I can only speak about my personal experience. I have, I've gone along with kind of this, what you're seeing here. So just as you see here, vegetarians are unhealthy, mentally disturbed, says new research. Now, can I say that I haven't met a mentally disturbed vegetarian or a vegan or whatever? Okay. Now, I can, again, speak about my experience in attempting to kind of go vegetarian or vegan or whatever. All right. Because of the, the information that's out, just out there on Google, the books and all that, you have a lot of people who have written books
saying that vegetarianism and veganism, that's the best way, the most healthy way to live your life. Okay. And actually, when I met my wife we met in 2014, well, at the time I think she was a vegetarian. So she said that when she went to being vegetarian, it was like, she just got more healthy. Okay. So on that, I had tried to kind of do the whole vegetarian thing, but what I found, in the past was that I was always feeling very weak. Now, I've always been a meat eater. I've always loved meat and all that. So, doing that again, I just felt weak. When I went to the gym, I just did not have the endurance that I really wanted. Okay. So moving on, not long ago, I'd say probably about a year ago now, my wife and I, we went, I think it was, maybe 3 weeks as, vegetarians. We totally cut out meat and all that. Now, just to be honest with you, I think that is not a bad thing to do. There is nothing wrong with going on a fast. You can do a vegetarian fast, or rather, I'm going to speak on my behalf. I believe doing a vegetarian fast is good, or a vegan fast, for a limited amount of time, but doing it long term. What I'm finding is that it's not as good, okay, health wise, at least for my health, as eating meat. And after doing many, several hours of research and things like that, I'm finding that the most nutrient dense, nutrient, minerals, all of that food comes from animals. Okay, from the actual skeletal muscle and the organs. All right, specifically liver is very, very. In fact, you can probably get pretty much everything you need from just liver alone. Okay, not the most tasty thing, in most cases, but it is highly nutrient dense. All right, and looking at the whole situation with vegans and just seeing some of the people that are that have become vegans, just complete and total vegans, they are very malnutrition. You can see basically what I'm saying is that they are basically skeletons. Now, there are a lot of people. In fact, my wife was showing me last night, because she loves the whole vegan thing. But she was showing me last night. She was like, "Yeah, see this guy right here. He's a vegan bodybuilder." But when you really dig into that whole situation, what happens when you become a vegan is you have to supplement. I mean, so many different minerals and so many different nutrients that, it's like, what's the point? If you're there, I'm not going to speak about all the reasons why people become vegans. I'm not going to speak. It's just too much stuff. I'm just, going to speak about the nutrient side. Now, as a vegan or even as a vegetarian, you have to supplement. All right. If you don't eat any animal products or any animal byproducts, you cannot make it without supplementing. All right. And one of the main things, and this is what was being talked about in this particular article, one of the main things you need is something called taurine. Okay. And if you look up taurine, your body absolutely needs it. Okay, you cannot get this in any reasonable amounts just from being a vegan or a vegetarian. You have to supplement it. Even if you eat eggs, or if you eat or if you drink milk, it's just not in high enough levels for your body to live, for your body to operate properly. Okay, that's just, like I said, that's what I am finding. Now, my experience, moving on with my experience. So after we did the whole thing with the, trying to be vegetarians, again, I found myself getting weaker. Okay. I found myself, and I've had, like, actually over the last few years, I've had some issues with my elbows hurting, my joints hurting, things like that. But I've been eating meat. Okay. I've been, the amount of time that I have not eaten meat, I'm serious, is not very much as compared to eating meat. I used to eat steak like 2-3 times a day. Not a day, but a week. I'm sorry. Now, what I found, okay, after doing my recent research, is that the meat I was eating was grain-fed meat. Now, when you look into that, typically when you have grain-fed meat, what happens is they feed the cows. We're just gonna speak about cows. They feed the cows these grains, and they also give them antibiotics. Okay, so some years ago, I was having a major problem. Every time I ate steak, I would have serious nasal, problems. I would get all stuffed up, and it was just horrible. I couldn't sleep through the night, all of that. Okay. I felt strong in the gym. I felt, I was getting, decent gains, but I was having all these other problems. Okay. So thinking at that time that maybe I need to eat cleaner and all that. So I started, I've always done like detoxes and cleanses and things like that. And they help, definitely. But you don't want to have to do that all the time. Okay. Doing it fast, probably, once a week or once a month or whatever you want to do, is always a good thing. You need to give your body a chance to not have to digest food all the time. You want to give it a break. But this situation I was dealing with, I didn't know what was going on. Well, just recently, most of you probably already know this, but there is a huge difference between grain-fed and grass-fed beef. Okay? Huge difference. The reason I know this is because typically we would just buy meat from the grocery store, just, whatever store we went to. Never really particularly looking for anything that said grass-fed. But just the other day, I told my wife, I was like, hey, I want to go to more of a meat, a higher meat intake, but I want grass-fed beef. So she went and found it. It was pretty expensive. She didn't get a whole lot for like almost $60. Decent. It'll be enough for, maybe 2 or 3 days. But last night I made the meat. I seasoned it, just put it in the oven. Now there are a lot of different, there's carnivore diet, there's a raw carnivore diet, all this different stuff. But I'm not going to eat meat that's not cooked. Period. I don't like it. I'm just not in with that. But also, it's not necessarily the best thing for you either. Okay. There's so much, guys. Literally, I could be talking about this for the next 2 hours. There's so much involved in what I'm saying. I just cannot go into it. So I'm just going to keep it kind of simple here. Maybe later on I'll continue with this. But anyway, I made the steak last night, put it in the oven, just covered it with actually had coconut butter, or it's like a butter, or I guess you could call it a margarine, but it's made totally out of coconut. Okay, so I put that on the steak. I put it in a glass container, wrapped it, put the foil over the container, not letting, because I don't like foil or aluminum touching my food. Aluminum has other issues that you can get from consuming aluminum. But anyway, after it was done, I like my meat a little, kind of well done. That's just me. I grew up that way. Really, the closer to burnt, almost, the better for me. Anyway, I was wondering if I was going to have these same issues that I spoke about earlier. But look, I'm going to tell you, eating that steak was the best steak I have ever had in my life. In my life. And I'm starting to realize now that it's possible that I may not have ever had grass-fed beef. If I have, I don't remember it, but I'm going to tell you right now, that was the best steak hands down, I've ever had. Not just, because I made it. I mean, I'm just saying it is the best. It was the best, rather. And then after eating it, I didn't have any sinus issues. I was up for a while, just kind of let everything settle in and everything. And we had other things. We had some asparagus and a little bit of rice and things. But, I mean, by far, the meat side was a lot more. And because I work out and things like I said, I want to increase my intake. I'm trying to get some gains and, all that stuff. But anyway, last night was probably the best sleep I've had in quite a while. All right. I woke up this morning, and my wife goes to work, really early. She leaves at like 5 something. So I woke up at that time. Now, I didn't go to sleep until midnight. She was already asleep probably by 10 or 9:30 or something. But I'm kind of a night owl, and I can't sleep very long, even though I'm old. I'm 48 years old, but I rarely can sleep more than like 5 hours at one time, especially when I work out. I just wake up sometimes and I'll go back to sleep. But last night I slept from midnight till about, until she woke up, because she always, I sleep very light, comes from the military. So anyway, I was up. I couldn't go back to sleep. And I actually went to the gym this morning. Now, one thing that I'm trying to also do is I'm really kind of leaning more towards the whole keto diet and all of that. But I don't want to go crazy. I want to make sure that I incorporate certain things in my diet just so I can have also a healthy gut. But when I woke up, my body, I felt so I felt like I had a pump, like I'd work out. Now, I didn't work out last night. I worked out the night before. So I'm laying there and I'm like, my gosh, I'm feeling like really, really tight. My muscles are really tight, really, I felt like I was in ketosis. Okay. Felt like I was burning fat right there. Okay. So like I said, I couldn't go back to sleep. I got up this morning, went to the gym. And also another thing I'm doing is really staying away from the sugar. And went to the gym, had a great workout. Felt a little tired, but that's just for me, and getting up in the morning, it takes me a while to really get started. But anyway, couple things that I've dealt with, I've mentioned this before, is my elbows, kind of joint issues and all that stuff. When I work out, a lot of times they'd been hurting. Well, after cutting out the sugar, and having that meat last night, my elbows, actually at the gym, no pain at all in my elbows. This is something I've been dealing with since I was 31 years old. Okay. And what I'm finding, because I want to go ahead and end this, but what I'm finding, it's all about the quality of food you eat. Okay. And guys, there is no way around it. I'm sure some people are going to disagree with this, but we are meat eaters. Okay. Our guts are made just like, any other predator out there. We eat meat. If you don't eat meat, you're going to have problems. In fact, just look up the health of vegans on YouTube. Look at some of the videos that are going on right now. Some of the people that are leaving veganism because of all the health issues they're dealing with, all the gut issues, all the, skin issues. Just so many things that are happening to people who are vegans and even vegetarians. I know this has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but the reason I'm saying this, I'm going into this, guys, is because if you do not have your health, you don't have anything. I don't care how much money you have, you don't have anything. All right. You will have a lot of money and you cannot do anything because you are sick if you don't have your health. So it's something that, I think, hey, just go and check it out. Look at it for yourself. we are coming into possibly a totally different lifestyle for all of us who are invested in XRP, who are invested in the crypto world altogether, because this bull run, I believe, is going to be absolutely, hands down, unbelievable. And the wealth that you have, you need to also couple it with good health. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm going over this again. I made a video previously about this, but I just felt like I needed to revisit it, especially with the information that I have now. And like I say, guys, it's all about also doing your own research. Look it up, check it out. How do you want to be? How do you want to live your life? Just something to think about, guys. So all this being said, I do want to say, if you have not subscribed and you feel as though what I've just given to you is worthy, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also hit the like button if you feel the same way, and the post notification button so you know when I have uploaded again. Guys, as always, I really, really appreciate everyone that comes to visit me, and I hope you would do it again. Until next time, this has been Mr. Free Coiner. Take care of yourselves, and God bless.